Chris?
Yes. What?
Yeah.
Final words?
Yeah.
Be good or be good at it.
Yeah, what he said.
Quality over quantity.
Yes.
Quantity.
Consistency.
And sometimes your consistency...
Consistent quality.
No, okay. Here we go. Let's go into this. Because I think that this needs to be...
We just wrapped it up.
It doesn't
We're gonna
matter.
cut that.
I think that with music, quality is important. I also think that you have to release consistently.
That you do.
So it's kind of like
It's
this
a competitive
fine
market, man.
this fine balance. But I think that when you're starting off and like building a platform, you have to kind of release stuff because you're just going to get better at releasing it.
Yes. That's the goal, is to get better.
Yeah. So something might not be quality in the future, but at the moment, hopefully it's something good and you're proud of. Like, I would say, like, Garage Days episode 1. Like, when I go back and watch that, I'm like, this is really goofy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, you were proud of it.
But at the time, I was very stoked
I say that about the entire EP.
Yeah, the EP too.
Valiant effort.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
And so, like, you just kind of have to not be fearful of releasing something.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
And you should also be wise about releasing everything.
But I think
I think your standards are going to raise the more you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, for sure, because then your confidence in what you're producing gets better. Because what you're producing gets better.
But the only way to get better is to release things.
It's to do things.
How is it that...
You got to get feedback, though, on, like, what you're doing,
Yes,
actually.
you do.
Well, there's that.
Feedback would be great.
And then you want to grow. And, like, the people that follow you from, like, the beginning are going to see that growth and appreciate it as well. Whereas if you hold something back until you release this one good thing, now you're releasing it to no fan base because you've never posted anything before, and it's good, but that doesn't mean that it's going to go anywhere. Because quality doesn't always mean success. I think that
neither does quantity.
Quality is very, like,
okay.
personal. Like, something might not seem quality to you, but somebody could really appreciate
That's
it.
where the feedback comes in.
And something could seem quality to you, and then everybody's like, this sucks.
Just do what you think is good enough for you, consistently.
Yeah. But to have consistency, sometimes you have to slip on the quality.
I cannot agree.
What do you mean?
I
think you can meet your deadlines.
I think you can.
I think that
yes.
you can meet your deadlines.
Or
for
if you
sure.
don't, accept it for what it is. Because would you rather be someone who just puts out whatever, or be someone who puts out good shit?
But I'm saying, like, when you're releasing consistently, if something that you're releasing isn't as good as it was the week before, are you saying to not release it?
If in hindsight it's worse than what you thought when you put it out, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're confident when you put it out, then it's as good as it could be at the moment.
But
if you second guess something, you shouldn't put it out. If you're not feeling it in the moment.
I can agree with that.
This isn't up to my standards. Okay, I'll sit on it. But if you put it out and it doesn't end up being what you want it to be, that's fine. That's what you should aim for.
what if it's like 4 weeks go by and you're like, because you're in this dry spell, and so you've released nothing for 4 weeks because you're like, this isn't the quality that I want it to be.
Why would you not be working on stuff in that 4 weeks?
You could be working on stuff, but you've never had that thing where you just are working on something and then it's like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so toss that.
Back
move
shelf
on.
it for a while is what I usually do.
Put it on the back burner. Maybe it'll come to fruition in the future once you're more confident.
But what if
in
that happens for a month?
Shit happens.
So you're saying
Such
to
is
just
life.
not release
No,
anything?
just work on
and
other
have-
No,
things.
I'm saying always be working on something.
Just
And
work
when
on
you're
other things if you're
confident,
not feeling it.
yeah.
But I'm saying, you're saying...
everything you do goes towards the bigger picture, whether it's good or not.
Uh-huh.
It's just a matter of you're putting in effort and making motion that really matters.
But what I'm saying is that sometimes to have consistency,
Mm-hmm.
the quality might not beat what happened last week or a month ago. Like, sometimes your things just aren't as good as they have been in the past, but to have that consistent content, you just gotta kind of... it's not even like biting the bullet, but it's more of like, I know this isn't as good as something I've done in the past, but I know that this is decent.
To each his own.
I guess we'll be discussing this in the next few weeks when we release shit.
We'll see where it goes from here on out.
Yeah. Just everything released turns to shit, and then
Yeah.
you'll know that I won. That's not what I'm saying at all. I don't mean release bad shit. I mean that you're not always going to top yourself.
Release decent shit consistently.
Yeah. Release decent shit consistently, and then release quality within that decent shit.
Yeah.
So, like, even if it's like a single, and say... So we have this plan to release a single every, 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something like that. One of those songs probably isn't going to be as good as another one of those songs. But does that mean you shouldn't release it?
You should aim for whatever the next single is to be better than the one before it.
For sure, but what if it's not?
Then so be it. If you're confident when
So
you put it
then-
out, doesn't matter.
Wait,
You're
what?
like, I'm stoked. If you put a single out and you're stoked on it, cool.
Mhm.
You put the next one out, you're confident, you're stoked, sweet.
But what if it's
But
not
if
as
you go
good
to
as
put
that
out the
first
second
song?
one, then don't put it out.
So then just
Make it
miss your deadline.
confident. Yeah, sure, why not?
Because what if 3 months go by then?
For us specifically, we're in the fetus stage, so
Mm-hmm.
we can miss a deadline for really good to put out quality.
That is true.
Right. For sure.
We're not on a label. We don't have a contract.
But
So
it's just the building habits. And I feel like that's the issue that we'll fall into a lot of, where we'll do something, we'll be like, this is our release
Kind of
schedule.
glaze over a deadline.
then-
Like, nah, it's okay.
Like the EP was supposed to, so we released Consuming Gravity in July,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it was supposed to come out 6 weeks after Consuming
Didn't come out
Gravity.
till, like,
and then
October.
it was like, what, October?
That was also back in the day. That's even earlier than now. It's very early learning stages.
I just think that it's a slippery slope to not hit a deadline that you set for yourself. It's kind of like when you say you're going to get up in the morning,
So why?
and then you don't, and then you continue this vicious cycle where you're like, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning, and then you don't again, and then you don't again. And so then every time you tell yourself you're going to get up in the morning, you just know you're lying to yourself.
yeah.
And I feel like that's how
That's
we
on
got
you.
for a little bit.
Get a fucking alarm clock. I don't know.
I'm using it
It's just an
as an
example.
example.
I know. I'm just kidding.
And so I feel like that's where we kind of hit for a little bit, and that's why we had this big dry spell of not releasing anything.
Yeah. And now we're back, baby.
Yeah, we back, and that's because we've been hitting deadlines with like the podcast, and we have this release schedule that so far we're doing good. But yeah, so I just think it's a slippery slope. I think that sometimes
And I disagree. I don't think there's any downside to aiming for the best thing you can do.
yeah, I think that you aim for the best that you can do, but you hit your deadlines.
Well, life happens sometimes.
Michael Jackson wrote the entire Thriller album in like less than a week.
It's because he's Michael fucking Jackson.
Speaking of that, would you
Michael
kiss your
Jackson.
kid on the mouth?
No.
Nope.
I'd kiss Rory on the mouth, though. And he licks his balls, so.
I don't know.
What?
I guess that's the good thing of having two people with disagreeing views, because we can balance it out. Because from here on out, I'd like to pretty much release consistently.
Yeah, I'd say that's a very achievable goal.
Consistency is
Hmm.
absolutely
With quality.
fantastic.
And I think that I think that we know what, for the most part, in our opinions, like what quality would be. I'm sure a lot of people would disagree with the quality of our stuff.
Yeah.
But I think
It'd be great
that
to hear that. Great to hear that feedback.
Yeah. If you don't like our shit, tell us why.
besides Huff looks like an emo kid.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
All right, thank you guys for checking in. We're going to head out. We have practice and a lot of shows to be ready for. So
Yeah.
this has been Rory. Noctis is down there somewhere. I'm Huff.
I'm Trey. This is Chris. Jesus Christ. All right. Till next time.
Yeah. Bye.